So this is just a quick recap on how to edit your site. Here's the site here now, we're on the front page, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up another browser and drag it over the top of the first. This is so I can log in on one browser and you can see what's happening on the other. So I'll log in on this browser here, and the way you log in, you do /wp-admin. That takes you into your admin page, or it takes you into the login page. You select your logins, and hopefully, there we are, we're in here. Posts, we can set up a post or blogging thing for you later on, but you can largely ignore this. We've got the media library, which is all the things that have been uploaded, all the images that have been uploaded into your website. When you upload an image, let me just click on one here. When you upload an image, it'll come with an alt text and a title text, caption, description. These bottom two here, they're not so important, the description or the caption. What is important in terms of search engine optimization is your title. Google and other search engines actually look at the title to work out what that image is. And also the alt text, it reads the alt text as well. With the title tag, you should keep it fairly short. With the alt text, I think you allow something like 140 characters, something like that. So you can be a little bit more creative with your alt text. So this could be barbecue cleaning Bristol. Let's just see, barbecue cleaning. I could possibly add, I want to get the word oven in there, so let's just do outright oven cleaning. Oops. Now when I save this now to the page, so any page that's included on, the back end, you won't be able to see this, but in the code at the back end of the website, this will be added. And of course, this being added to the code, Google reads the code and it will help rank the page. And so that's the image section, the library section, I should say. Now if we move to pages, all pages, let's say we're looking at this page here, top one. Each page is laid out in rows. They are called blocks actually. So that's a row block, that's a row block, that's a row block. And some of these row blocks are split into two. So for example, this one is here. So if I select this one here, and just to make sure I've got that selected, I can click here and just, yes, so that is selected. This is by clicking these three lines here, it's a very good way of working out, or it's an easy way of seeing how the page is laid out. So I'll click that, so I know that's a row. I open up the chevron, and within it is a section, and that section has another row in it, like that. And then below that, there is another row. So in actual fact, this is in kind of a nested row. There is a row with a header with a row inside it. So there's a row inside a row. When I click this, there's another two sections. There's a left and a right. So this row is split into two sections, two blocks. And when I open them up, there is an icon list there, and there is an icon list there. So that's the way that these pages are structured. To actually change any of them, say I want to put full stops at the end of these, so full stop there, and there, and just to completeness, let's do it all the way along. And then when you've done all your editing, click update, and that will be updated on the other page. So if I flip now to the Argus services, you should see that those bulleted lists have all got full stops at the end now. Also on this page, as you can see, is the before and after pictures. So if I have a little look at the back end, and there we are down here. So the before and after, they're actually, instead of even being in blocks, they're actually one complete gallery. So this is a gallery block. And so this gallery, you can move things from left to right. I can move this right to the end. I can click on this pencil button here, and I can add images to this gallery. I've labeled them before, after, like that. So that's the way these are laid out. These are laid out using a gallery block. And this button here actually is a button block. So everything on this page is a button. And wherever you see a plus, that's where you get the option of adding a further block. So, for example, if I go to the top of the page here, and this is probably, you're not going to be using this very much. Most of the time, you're just going to be updating the content. But this is just to show you how these blocks work. It's kind of a bit of background. I'll close this down a second. I go to the top here and I hit enter. Whenever you hit enter, it asks you to choose what sort of block you want to put in this space, and you also get a plus button there. And if you click the plus button, it suggests a block that you might want to put into this space. I can't see a row block there, but if I type in the word row, there's a row block there, look. Also, if I didn't know all the names of all the blocks, I can click browse all, and you see this thing open up the left hand side here, and this shows you all the blocks that can be added to this page. And there's quite a substantial amount of things that can be added to this page, including the row block, which I was just saying that maybe you want to put that on there. When you click a row block, it sort of says how many sections do you want. So if I choose 2 equal, we now have a left and a right. And if I look up into here, I can see this row block is split up into a left and a right section, which I can then add some text to on one side, and click the plus button again and add a block or an image block. From this side. So that's the way pages are sort of laid out. And if I just delete this a second, in actual fact, I'm just going to come out of this page when I've finished so that nothing gets saved. So what I was going to show you, I was going to show you is the type of formatting you can have with these blocks. So if you, let me click a button block first of all. So I click the button block there. In fact, you see I'm clicking this, I'm not sure whether I've got it or not. So what I do is I just open it up and I find it. So I've now completely found it by looking at this fancy browser bit here. So that's the button block. And then every button block's got an internal bit as well. So you get the sort of like the main block, which allows you to orientate it, and then the very inner block, which is more of a styling thing. So if I wanted to choose a colour there, or I might want to go completely crazy and do that. So that's the way you change these. And with row blocks, a similar thing. You can change the padding, the margins, the colours. Colour one's an easy one to show you again. So, you know, let's say I want that to be purple. And that's the way you do blocks at this bit here, H2, the header. Here, a header is a block, and the H2 block, well, I can change the colour of it. I can change the borders, I put an icon in front of it, I can change the colour of this header. So that's what I can do on this page with these blocks. Moving away from the editing, if I go to appearances, widgets, I think I've shown you is that when you click a widget, that allows you to change the footers. So the footers, widget 1 is the left-hand side one, widget 2 is the middle, widget 3 is the right-hand side of the footer. Menus, click menus. This is where all the menus are set up. So there's the way the footer menus are all set up. I can move them about if I wanted to. Users, that's where you can create a user for your website, and the form is for the, you can add, these are where the form settings are. The forms should get sent to you automatically, but also within here, you can actually go to the submissions bit and you can see what forms have been submitted to you. There's nothing there at the moment, but if I choose the Contact Us form and show submissions, there we go. We've got one that was sent, and that was the one I sent as a test earlier on today. So hopefully that's kind of covered a lot of, or most of the things you'll need. If there's anything else, let me know.